So as we get started here, yes, it is infiltration. Which, do you guys need a reminder of what the infiltration kind of overview is? And what
Kind of, yes.
infiltration actually is?
I know there's three kinds of points. There's awareness points, complication points. I don't know if they're called complication points, but there's awareness points, edge points, and victory points, I guess.
I mean, there's awareness points and there's edge points. There's just two types of points.
Right, but we have to overcome, and you have to get so edge points give you a bonus. They're almost
It's like rolling with an advantage, sort of. It allows you to re-roll a failed check, let's say.
but awareness points are every time we do something that either fails or it's out in the open, people become more and more aware of us, which can
Mhm.
create complications and stuff.
Right.
So we just have to decide how we want to go about. It's a subsystem, and most Paizo subsystems are you make a series of skill checks to overcome obstacles. In this case, we want to try to do it and be stealthy. And as long
Mhm.
as we're stealthy, we don't get a lot of awareness points. So we want, and edge points give us a chance to roll with advantage, like I said. So we
Mhm.
want to succeed before awareness points hit a certain threshold.
Mhm.
But if the awareness points hit a certain threshold, it might trigger an encounter. It might trigger penalties
Mhm.
on future skill checks, all that kind of stuff. So we just have to, obviously, we have to use guile and stealth to figure out what we need to know in this town to get the
Mhm.
Oh,
next
that was
phase.
pretty
Yeah.
cool. I just
Yeah.
rolled to create a forgery and it actually added a forged document to my inventory.
No, the game is very
That was
smart.
pretty cool. I was not expecting that at all.
So I don't need Tim to re-explain the
Mhm.
basics unless you guys do.
Nope. I mean,
I don't know
and
that I need him to, but I might want him to.
I'll say, and that was basically it. Um, and so really, as you guys approach the town, you guys need to make some choices as to what you're going to do.
Mhm.
There we are. I mean, really, I've explained to you what the subsystem is that we're going to use. Now, your characters don't necessarily know any of this stuff. You guys do.
Right.
Your characters don't know any of this stuff,
Mhm.
Is
but
there a map of the town, or is there any like
there isn't.
we're trying to we're trying to find a person in this town, right? The
You're
names.
you're trying to find Decrocia. So
Right.
the idea is that you guys are trying to find Decrocia, who is the third member of um, the
Hold on a second. What?
The coven.
Yep.
correct.
Hold on a second. I'll be right back.
All right, and there we are, resetting all of you guys to 1 hero point.
Mhm.
But yeah, basically, you guys have known that there were three witches in this coven. That this is information that you guys have found out. You knew that there was Kepgetta,
Mhm.
or I'm sorry, there was Iron Tavia. There
Right.
was
Mhm.
um,
And then
what's her?
Sunny.
Yeah, Sani, Bride of the Sea, and
Mhm.
you knew that there was Decrocia. So you have taken care of two of the members of the
The Coven. Yep.
right, but
So what was it? Iron. What was the last name again? Um, the first chick we killed.
Iron Tavia.
It,
Yep, and then
yep.
you guys had learned or you guys had remembered about the town that you were approaching. two of you remembered one thing, two of you remembered a different thing, so you're not sure exactly which one was true. And that was, some of you remembered that it was a polluted industrial town, that its residents get sick and die with startling frequency. It's a source for simple metalware such as plows, and the Carter's Consortium might keep a presence there. And some of you remembered it as being a polluted industrial town where everyone who lives there gets sick. That's what you guys remember. It was split half and half, so you're not sure who is actually right.
It wasn't me. I don't remember.
Exactly, Flo, exactly. And so, those are the things that you kind of, know about it, that you think you knew about it, but that's it. And so as you guys are getting ready to approach the town, you need to make your decisions on what you're going to do. What are your characters going to do as they approach the town of Pagked?
Well, unfortunately, this does require a degree, and this is one thing about Paizo that annoys me, but I mean, it's really any system is because we're using the infiltration rules, that tells me as a player that I need to be guiley and stealthy, which we didn't do in either of the other two towns. In both the other cases, we were brazen. We basically went in with our guns blazing. We didn't try to be sneaky at all. We just walked on in and did it. Why would we suddenly change our modus operandi? But we know because we're using the infiltration rules that we're supposed to. So,
So again, this is where you have to make the decision of how well you're going to separate player and character knowledge. And now I probably should have waited to tell you about the infiltration rules until you guys had actually entered the town. The reason I chose not to was because we were right at the end of the game, and I wanted to give you time to absorb some of it before our next game.
oh, that makes sense. I mean,
I didn't want to just spring it on you right at the beginning and then have you just, blown right from the start of the game necessarily. I wanted to give you time to absorb what an infiltration may be. But you are right. Your characters have not been known to be the ones who, suddenly just decided to stay back and observe.
Right.
Unless we heard something about this town and it sounds like we failed or at least half failed our recall knowledge about this town to let us know that this town is extremely extra dangerous and maybe we should use caution.
Right.
So it's like Paizo wants you to do that though, because that's the way the encounters are set up. And I know from just experience, I haven't ever read this, but I know that if you choose to just blow off the influence and just decide to go in all guns blazing, it can be extremely bad. So I don't want to do that as a player,
Well,
even though it
I will tell you, if you choose to go in like you would normally go in, there is a downside to it, but it's a very, very minor downside. As in, if you guys go in like you normally would, you will likely gain 1 awareness point. That's it.
right.
Unless
you want to enjoy the subsystem too,
right.
And if we do that, we may blow the opportunity to try a subsystem, which is really cool. So anyway, I'll leave it up to the other guys.
Yeah, you won't. So here's where I say likely you would gain an awareness point. If you went in like you would normally go and go in and, start questioning the town and things like that, we'll role play it out. You're probably going to gain an awareness point. If you then just say, you know what, kill them all, let God sort them out. Yeah, you're going to ruin the subsystem. You're also going to TPK. But
well, exactly. There's a subsystem.
Right. So, but if you looked at that and said, "Hey, now that we know this kind of thing, we're going to back off," and now our characters have a reason to do the thing we're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
then we can follow the subsystem, and it makes sense to do so.
Right.
Well, I will leave it up to the other two.
Well, like Chuck was apparently speaking to when I came back, I don't think we would try and be stealthy. I don't think we would try and forge documents because we don't know. We all
At
we
least
know
not
is
at
this is
first.
where we're supposed to be. Yeah.
Right.
Hopefully,
Now, if we
if we touch
somehow
the
figure it
stove,
out,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
if we somehow figure it out or someone tells us,
Mm-hmm.
then we can make alternate plans. But I don't
Right.
think we would coming into this town not knowing.
Yeah, that's my gut
Mm.
feeling is we should go in the way we normally would, but hopefully we'll learn
Right.
when
And
we touch the stove and get burned.
mm-hmm.
We'll be like, ooh, okay, a
It's
different approach is called for. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait, touch it again. Is it really still hot?
and again, like I said, if your reaction to it was, you'll cast fireball. Yeah, okay, you're right. You know what? The town as a whole just mobbed against you, and I'm just going to go ahead and roll 85 d20 of damage against each of you guys. Did you survive? No. Okay, roll new characters.
What?
Um,
85 D20? Yeah, no, I wouldn't survive.
Oh, Troy, don't.
I'll say because let's see, what's the settlement? There's a population of 598 people in Paghead, and they all attack you.
sweet.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
Mm.
but I'll
That's
take
in.
Granny out before I go
Paghead.
down.
Pagked.
I like back end better, but go ahead.
That gets it better, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you guys have any wits about you at all, you'll quickly realize that that wouldn't be effective. You'll back off, and your characters would then try to determine another way. And that is actually the point where I would normally have explained to you what an infiltration is and how it works.
Right.
That
Right.
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we kind of go like we did the last couple. We went in and started asking questions just to, like, the inn, the bar, whatever, right? Gather
Mhm.
information, basically, right?
Yeah.
And once we get our hands burned, or somebody going, you don't want to ask that question. Okay, well, then what question do we want to ask? It's like, well, you don't want to ask any questions. That might be a trigger.
All
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Right?
So let's assume we go in normally, and we'll
Mhm.
pick it up from there, and then
Mhm.
we'll see what happens.
So
Right.
you guys go ahead and walk into the town. As you walk into the town, you start to get some looks from everybody in town. Everybody is staring at you with a look like you do not belong there. And as you look around, you can kind of see maybe why they would feel that way. Without exception, every single entity that you see is the exact same kind of undead, which is not you. So as you look around, every single thing that you see is the same kind of an undead. So
Same kind of undead, but not like same race, right?
no.
Okay.
It is just, you can tell that they are the same kind of an undead.
Okay.
Um
Hold on. Not that I have it, but why not? Where is it?
What
Oh, and I
don't
don't
you
have.
have?
Well, I was just gonna, and I just rolled. Okay. So I
all
mean, they're
right.
all. Yep. I figured recall knowledge.
And let's see.
And see if that helps at all.
What do you have in there? You are expert at religion. Congratulations. You recognize that these are a type of undead.
Mm-hmm.
And let me go back up and make sure I am saying this correctly.
Okay.
Called Virulac.
Okay.
And
Right.
every single one that you see is that same type of undead.
Very lack.
Yes.
Undead. Okay. Undead type. Okay. I pull everybody and go and tell them that information. And
So, and yeah, with your roll, what you know is that when a creature dies from poison, it sometimes rises as a Virulac, an undead being infused with lethal venom.
Wow.
Occasionally, a mass poisoning produces numerous simultaneous fatalities, increasing the chance of many Virulacs arising at once and working together in a dangerous mob. Entire villages might rise as Virulacs when forced to subsist on food so spoiled it has become toxic, or from an intentional scheme to poison the settlement.
Hmm.
So,
Felix.
they do retain. I say they do retain the intelligence and memory they had in life, but their agonizing death by poison transforms them into bitter mockeries of their former selves. Poison seeps from their fingertips and solidifies into hard claws. They're known for a cynical and ironic sense of humor. They delight in poisoning the good spirits and reputations of those around them, dealing psychological blows that mirror the venom in their bodies.
I like them.
There you go. That is what you know about
I will share
what you see around them.
Yep. I will do the same thing. Go grab Zuck and Kurtz and turn to Julia. We are not welcome here.
Well, duh. They're not vampires or zombies, though, right?
Right.
Because I have both vampire and zombie lore, so I would probably know if they're a subspecies of one of those, or I can
No.
roll if I need to.
I don't believe they are.
All right, cool. Yeah, then we're probably our normal tactics may not work in this town, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Based on what you told me, this town could have been created by the very person we're looking for, and they're probably going to be extremely loyal.
Right.
How populous or crowded is this town? Like, is there an empty alley we could duck behind, or
So
do we need to leave and regroup?
pretty much the moment you walked in openly, they have taken notice of you.
Okay.
And it is pretty obvious that you are not somebody who necessarily belongs here.
Right.
And being in the town whatsoever is not going to be
Pleasant.
overall beneficial for you.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. Time to go.
We're not going to duck in an alley where you are.
We're ducking out of town.
It's ducking out of town. Regroup.
That would be probably the best recommendation. So
that's why I grabbed Kurtz and Zook because let's go, guys.
Yep. So again, you guys walking in did give you 1 awareness point.
Okay.
Because they are aware that somebody not natural to the town has approached, but basically they're aware that somebody came in and looked around and said, "Nah, man, we in the wrong neighborhood, bro. Roll up the windows, we out."
And lock the frickin' doors.
And rolled the fuck out. So,
Get out.
so you're good. All of that happens just as you would expect it to. So like I said,
Okay.
their awareness was raised a little bit because of that, but it's negligible. It's somebody who wandered in and wandered back out. So it's not like they suddenly went on high alert or anything, but it is something that they took notice of, but nothing that, is something that you guys, that is all of a sudden going to be, oh my God, now, Elminster is, popping out of a portal and, zapping us, as a protective measure.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So now, again, basically you guys kind of have your options as you come into here. You can do some preparations in advance of going in there.
Mm-hmm.
Which, again, completing some preparations can help to
Get edge points.
to do something. So what are you trying to do with that roll?
Well, I was
Mike.
actually trying to make it a public roll so I could see what it actually said.
Well, what is it you're trying to do?
I was wanting to read a description of what impersonate was, but I thought if I rolled it, it would show me, and then it rolled it blind.
It doesn't show.
Always be a private roll.
Yeah, it doesn't even really show anything on my side other than it tells me, what the success, failure, and critical failure would have been.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very nice. So we have, under exploration, we have impersonate. We have avoid notice. Those two look like things we could try.
So again, you don't necessarily need to do things based on what are in exploration. If you guys were, so your goal right now is to do what?
Be someone who belongs.
No, that's not your goal. What is your goal?
Find out
Kills.
who and where
We
this
need to-
person is.
Yeah, where she is.
Your goal is to find Decrocia, right?
Right. That's what.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Find her.
there are steps to that goal that you need to accomplish.
Mm.
So in order to find Decrocia, you need to be able to enter the town.
Correct.
So what are some things that you could do to be able to help you enter the town in a way that would be unnoticed?
We could disguise ourselves. We could be extremely stealthy or invisible.
Do this at night.
Yeah, though if they're undead, they probably don't sleep.
They don't sleep, but
Yeah.
I would think that the if it's kind of the town working together, then I would, I guess, assume that during the late nights that work doesn't really need to get done at that time, right? Because they can do
Well,
this in the open. They don't really care,
We need to find out as
We
much
could
as we can about that
also
species of undead. But go ahead.
create a diversion.
Create a diversion. Go in incognito. Go in with a disguise. We could try to disguise ourselves as them, as that breed of undead.
So you could certainly try to create disguises. I heard, try to go in at night. So what I'm hearing from that is obviously, going in at night may not make sense because depending on the schedules of the town, may or may not make sense.
We need to
However,
record the town and watch the activities too.
there you go.
Absolutely. Yep.
Maybe observing the town for a little while and getting an idea of the schedules and
Mm-hmm.
and what they do in the town.
Mm-hmm.
May help.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Troy, sweet Troy.
Anything else that you guys can think of that you'd like to try?
Well, Mike said create a diversion. But the first thing we need to do is we need to watch the town for a couple of days. We need to see what the ebb and flow
Normal
of the town
pattern.
is. We need to see if there's back ways into the town. We need to look and see if there's like a secret tunnel that leads into the basement of the chapel. I mean, there could be, we need to totally explore the periphery of the town
Mm-hmm.
and look and see if there's another way into the town. Sometimes there's tunnels under the town or a sewer
Mm-hmm.
system. But we also got to see what the ebb and flow of the town is when people go to sleep, if there's always someone on watch, if maybe they sleep during the day because they're undead and they're more active at night. We need to figure all those things out. So we need to go into observation mode first. We're in no rush as far as I know.
I say, yeah, there isn't a timetable on this that we've ever set. You guys have got time.
Yeah, so let's be smart. Let's wait a while. We'd also want to wait a while because we want the awareness to go away.
Right.
The recency
Exactly.
effect. If we wait a while, they may forget about us. They may say, "Oh well, they just were passers through that didn't like what they saw and left."
Right.
So,
Yeah. See if that works. If it's a couple days or a week or whatever, and during that week, like you said, we can reconnoiter the schedules. We can see if actually what's her name comes out and at a certain time during the day,
true.
right? If we find her,
Who
one
knows?
we got
Maybe
to
they have
find her where she's at. Right.
maybe they have a weekly assembly where they all get together and she speaks to them.
That's
Who knows? Yeah.
exactly. So I would say what you want to try to do some stuff for a week and then
I would say
reconnoiter check. Mm-hmm.
first
Go
thing
ahead.
let's do is let's explore the outskirts.
Mm-hmm.
Not get very close. Stay at least, I don't know, 500 feet, 500 yards, a mile out of town, and just go around the periphery of the town. It's not on a seashore or anything, is it?
No, yeah, it's well inland.
What's the terrain like? Is it hilly terrain? Is it
Let me see if I can look at.
You want to give us
'Cause
that map?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. At least
Hold
to
on.
give us some idea.
Yep.
Or actually, I guess I could have pulled that up too. It should be in journal.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and. Oh, that was not the right thing to activate.
Okay.
View the scene. Let's activate. Oh no. Why is it keep on activating Great Urge?
My God.
Activate Geb. Swear to God.
Sweet Gab.
There's Gab.
So
God, there's Wookie.
Pagked is up here.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, based on this, it looks like it's I mean, you've got a river a ways away. There's some slight mountainous terrain into it. There is definitely a road.
Swampland?
I'm not sure what that is. I can't tell.
It's swampland. It's swampland, probably, or a delta or
Probably
something.
swamp. Yeah.
But it looks like Pagked is more up into the hills a little bit.
Okay.
But there is definitely a road that leads into the town. If you guys recall, some of you thought that there may have been a presence of the Carters Consortium here in town. Let me see if I can. No, I didn't mean map of Pact
Wiki.
Pathfinder. Map of Pagked.
Heck.
Swear to God.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to see if there is one out there that I can pull up for you guys. I don't think there is,
Sure.
though. I don't know that anybody's ever made a map of Pagked.
Okay.
How dare they?
So, yeah, I just don't have one to give you.
That's fine.
And so really, as you get in there, I mean, like I said, it's slightly hilly terrain. There is a well-worn road that goes into the town. The town does look like it is a rundown industrial town. You can see, just from cursory, cursory looks at it, that there is, 500 to 600 beings of some kind or another, you would estimate that live within the town. Um, I mean, you don't ever see them all at once, so you can't say for absolute certain. But what you do see, and I think I think I put this up in the chat for you guys at one point, but I will go ahead and read it again. A nest of towering brick smokestacks, most of which emit no smoke at all, rise from this rust-colored factory town. A slow-moving river winds its way through town, its water a rainbow of nauseating, unnatural hues. On one side of the river, several huge factory buildings still stand, weathered by time and age. Beyond them sprawls a cemetery, with its many gravestones standing over empty holes. Low, ramshackle homes crowd the other side of the river, connected to the factory side by 3 bridges, one of which has collapsed, and another that appears to be patched with iron girders and a lot of luck. Automatons lumber through the streets, pulling wagons and performing other manual labor. The people of Pagket are all undead, largely human in their features, but with a greenish tint to their skin. So again, gives you an idea of what you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
The automaton thing is interesting.
And so as you're doing your observations, I am going to ask that somebody go ahead and give me a perception check.
I will do that.
Yeah, go for it.
He's the second best in the group.
Am I?
Yeah.
I didn't even look.
So as you spend your time over the week or so, observing the town, you really don't notice anything particularly noteworthy. There's nothing that you note that are particular times of, of day or schedule that things are keeping. It seems like the town is somewhat, I wouldn't say bustling, but always active. At any given time of the day, whether it's 2 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. There's always people moving about and things happening.
Okay.
Again, you do notice that there is a road that is going in. You have seen some traffic moving along that road, moving to and from the town. And so that may be another possible source of information for you. And so that is something that you have noticed. But from observing the town, nothing that you think would give you any kind of an edge toward infiltrating the town.
Okay. All right. Do we want to search around for any, if it's in the hills or whatever, I think Chuck's kind of said, or Juliana said there might be a possibility of secret passages or caves or something like that where they might,
System, tunnels,
right,
yeah, any of that stuff.
that might be able to circumvent some of this, trying to get into town, come in through a secret passage. And I don't know if that's something we want to look in toward the more hilly side, or if it's all hills, then we would do the same thing. Kind of just check around the area, all around the town.
Yeah,
All right, would you
I think
guys like
there
to
is
do
that
that?
possibility. Yeah.
we would. Yes.
There is another possibility if they have things going in and out via carriage or wagons.
I thought we could sneak in that way, maybe.
w-
Yeah.
We can think about doing that if we don't find any, in my opinion, find anything, um, any other way in. You know what I mean? Any secret passages, caves, whatever.
I have
Well, we'd have
posted
to find
another perception check to the chat for you.
Okay.
I would say whoever's best at perception should do that.
Let me try then.
Okay.
Blind
Wookie.
that's what I want.
Let's see what-
And I got a question mark.
Again?
Congratulations on
It's
your
called a
question mark.
blind gem roll.
With that roll, as you go around, there doesn't seem to be anything that you can find that looks like it would be secret tunnels, that would be passageways, anything like that that would lead into town for you.
Okay. So either there isn't, or a nice 2 on the roll didn't get me anything. So
How about a scalable portion of the wall? Or is there a wall around the
There's no wall.
There's no wall around it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not not a walled city, right?
You are welcome to scale the rock that's right outside of it. I mean, it's like a pebble, but
All right, king of the hill.
I surmounted the 1-inch pebble.
Okay.
All right. So the other things that you guys have talked about is creating disguises, and again, you did find that there is traffic on the road.
Correct. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think
Well, and what if we like pose as merchants or something?
I mean, it's possible, but
Mm-hmm.
we know that there's all one kind of undead in there, and we just did not feel welcome at all. So subterfuge is good, but we might want to disguise ourselves as undead or something, and not just go in
Okay.
as ourselves as merchants.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Juliana, you are the thievery expert in the group.
True.
Oh, yeah, what if we just disguise ourselves as like drones moving something?
Well, there is automatons. Those might
Yeah.
be easier to disguise ourselves as than undead. But I would still like the idea of at least spending a few days, 3, 4 days, up to a week, to just observe and
Yeah, no,
see what's
without a
going
doubt.
on. Yeah.
And
Maybe
we
we'll
need to
see a
we need to
merchant
make
troop.
sure. Yeah, let's say we need to make sure we're watching from outside the town as well as inside the town.
Yeah, and who's coming and going? Maybe there's a group
You know, they've got to
that
have
comes in on a
supplies
periodic.
coming in from somewhere,
Mm-hmm.
There might be a group that comes in on a periodic basis. Maybe we
or
can
they may
ambush them
just
while they're
come
outside.
and leave the stuff outside the city for pickup
Yeah,
or whatever.
that's true. In which case, we don't want to.
Yeah, that's why I
something
say we
unusual.
need to watch what they do as well as what the townspeople do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the plan, Tim. We're gonna watch and wait.
Okay. You continue to watch the city.
With disguises.
For a few days at least.
Get the general idea what they look like. I mean, they're basically just green, but they're all undead, right? I mean, they look like their former selves, correct?
Yeah, I mean they've got they're humanoid looking. They've got the greenish cast to them. They've got the claws on their hands.
Right. Exactly. So we can find something that's makes our, I disguise ourselves. We would have to find something that makes our skin green, correct?
Well, that's what color the undead is. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yep.
Why are they green?
Oh, because these type of undead were poisoned by a certain way, and
They were created through a mass poisoning.
yes.
Okay.
So, and they ooze poison. That's what their claws are probably made of. Is
Poison.
they strike you with yeah, they strike you with the claws. You might have to do a poison save, right?
Awesome.
They bite you. Oh yeah, another poison save. So we want to look around for something that kind of mimics. Is that what we want to try to do?
Possibly.
Paint ourselves green and
Paint
So-
ourselves green in there. Go ahead.
I am posting a prompt in chat for whomever would like to try to create disguises for you. If anybody would like to try to help them, if you are trained or better in deception, whoever is making the roll can add a +1 circumstance bonus. If you are not trained or better in deception,
I get a +1 already because I have the kit, whatever it's called.
right? Well, you get whatever you get for what you're doing, and then if anybody else is trained in deception, then they can give you an additional +1 circumstance bonus if they are trained in it.
Anybody else trained?
But it looks like Juliana is.
Okay.
So you can add a.
Help me?
If Juliana wants to help you, you can make an additional.
Yeah, I'm +10 also.
All right, you go ahead and roll it, and I'll just give you a +1.
So you may add an additional +1 circumstance bonus to your check. You create plausible disguises for the entire group. Each character gains an edge point that can be used only to maintain a cover identity.
Okay.
All right. So who keeps track of the edge points?
I do.
Cool.
Okay.
I just
See,
downloaded
once
a
again,
module. I forget what the module's
disguise.
called. Go ahead, Mike.
I said, once again, the kit we found during our adventuring comes in helpful.
Amazing how they are about that, right?
Paizo's good at that. There's a new module, I forget what it's called, but I just got it, where you can like right click and keep track of points on characters, which is pretty cool. Let's try to remember what the module is. But it's for the DM, not for the players.
Yeah, I mean, the module came with a sheet for me to keep track of infiltration stuff. I've got awareness points, infiltration points. I've got the edge points on here, so. I could share it with you, but I don't want you to know.
There you go. Perfect.
Good. I don't want to know. All right, I did
Okay,
my part. What are you guys
right.
doing?
Yeah.
Well,
Now we got.
I reckon we're gonna want to shamble in there like we're some freaking zombie laborers in some fashion, right?
No, we're gonna go in looking and acting just like they do.
And again,
That's disguises for.
the question is, are you done preparing? Or is there more you
No.
want to do?
Has it been a
Then,
week?
then you can continue to prepare.
Mhm.
I mean, you could,
Yeah.
it's been a week whenever you guys have said it's been a week.
Right.
So do we see any
Yeah. I mean, while we're
merchants
waiting and
or caravans coming into town?
Nope, like I said, you continue to see basically lone wagons that move in and out of town. It appears that the wagons have a single driver,
I was gonna say.
which
Mhm.
is an undead man with a greenish, sickly skin,
Mhm.
and it's being pulled by a large mechanical quadruped that resembles a gorilla.
Nice.
what the?
Okay. Well,
I
that
want
could-
one.
Well,
Mhm.
why can't? Why don't we just try to ambush one of these wagons and
Let's. I'm gonna say let's track it
on
for a
its
while.
way in?
Mhm. Oh, actually, on its way out, so we can
See where
destroy
it's
whatever
going?
it's. See, kind of where it's going. Destroy what it's carrying, and then come back in that like the next day. In that same
Well, it depends. If
wagon,
the wagon
right?
is full going in,
Oh, and
we
then
need
empty
we
when
need
coming
to
out.
know what it we
Mhm.
need to know what it's full of.
Right, right. Yeah, so we're gonna have to. Can we sense what direction the wagons are coming from when they come into town? Are they coming from Grey Dirge, or are they coming um from the east toward like Wylead,
Yuled.
Yeled? Mm,
That's how I would pronounce that. Yuled. Um,
Yeled. Mm-hmm. Or and then when they leave, do they go in the same direction? Right? And it,
I mean, there's one big road in and out. They are following that road.
mm-hmm. Okay. Empty when they come in, full when they leave,
How would you know?
or is it
Yeah,
we're
we need
gonna
to sneak up and see what's in these
observe?
wagons, maybe.
Right, exactly.
I mean, as it is, it's a wagon with a cover on it. You really can't tell if there's stuff in it, if there's not stuff in it.
Right. We would have to chase one down and either get into it while it's still moving, or, like Wookie said, take it out. Right.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead. I'm going to pull up a map for you guys.
Okay. Because we're all pretty fast, right? We're all at least 35, right?
No.
No.
Well, I have a land speed of 35, so I could run up to these wagons and take a peek in them, maybe, and
Mhm.
see what's going on at least.
And do it stealthy enough where nobody else sees you.
Hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sneaky too.
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh.
what I would suggest. Get
Hopefully
inside
it's
the wagons.
okay. There we go. It's
and
getting you guys pulled in.
What do you guys think?
I made disguises. I'm done thinking. Hey, look, there's a wagon with a dead guy and
So-
a gorilla.
So again, you guys are observing from the side of the road, and this is what you're seeing. Is you're seeing, and you've seen this wagon go several times. You're not sure what it's carrying. You can't tell if it's bringing stuff into Pagked or bringing stuff out of Pagked.
Mm-hmm.
You just know that it's a wagon with a single driver, and it's got a large mechanical quadruped that resembles a gorilla. More specifically, it looks like this.
Hmm.
And this guy I've actually shown you guys, but I'll show again so Wookie can see as well.
Oh.
And that is approximately,
Everybody in town looks like.
Mm-hmm.
they look like that kind of an undead.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Trying to remember. Okay. So what would be the plan then? Jump? You want to jump on the back of it, or do we want to?
Just wait on this. Wait somewhere. Try to stay hidden on the side of the road
Mm-hmm.
until it passes me, and then run up behind it and look in it.
Jump in it and look into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just jump on the back and take a peek.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere like way down the road, away from the settlement, though.
Oh,
you
right,
know?
right, exactly. Mhm.
Yeah. So if
Alright.
I do get caught, I can just run away.
You can tumble out, or we can come and
Yeah, or if it starts a fight or something. I don't
then
know.
we will be there to help you out. Kind of stealthily, behind him also, but off the road. Kind of following him. Right?
Yeah, so I mean,
Mhm.
I could
Right.
gather a bunch of grasses and stuff and then camp out on the side of the road under a pile of garbage, try to blend in, and then when it passes, I'll sneak out and try to get up to the wagon and take a peek.
Okay. Chuck, Mike?
We can do that.
Yeah.
And if
let's
it looks
try
like he might be seen, I can always cast pyrotechnics out on the other side of the wagon or something.
Mm-hmm.
Distract him.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
We'll do. Mm-hmm.
Then,
Good plan, but it's a plan.
hey, any plan is better than no plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, Wookie, go ahead and I'm going to unpause it for the moment. Go ahead and move yourself to where you would want to be based on where the wagon, where you would want to be that you would jump out when the wagon passes you.
I might have trouble here. Token control. Why won't you let me drag you? What is my problem?
Don't break my cart.
Movement is set to combat turn.
Combat.
It's currently not your turn.
I freaking hate it when it does that. I don't know why. It's on free movement now.
Wasn't me.
So obviously we'll be in the back farther, right? I mean, we're not going to be.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'd be on the
you're
side
gonna
of
go
the
on the side?
road,
Okay.
try to cover.
Yeah, because I'm going to cast pyrotechnics. I don't want to be near you guys.
Gotcha.
I'm assuming this thing's not going. This gorilla's not dragging it that fast, is it?
I mean,
How fast do these guys cruise?
no, it's not terribly fast.
Yeah. They're not galloping. The thing's not in a rush, right?
I mean, it's only got a land speed of 195.
Well,
No, I'm kidding.
well,
So
I mean, it's moving at a walking pace, basically.
okay. Yeah. So something like that, I think should be able to then, like try to. Oops. Stop moving the whole map. Not that. Try to.
And Tim,
like-
I would like to set the fire right here. Like,
Yeah,
just
loop
make a
around
little
to the
campfire
outside,
right there. Because to do pyrotechnics, I have to have a fire to cast it on.
Okay. So you're gonna have
There.
a fire going over there.
Just a small one. It doesn't have to. It doesn't say it has to be a big fire or anything.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
Oh, I like that. Like, get them to look off to
Mhm.
their left while I sneak up on their right behind.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Really, there's not a campfire in the light source. Fine, we'll just...
Because that would be too easy.
I mean, somebody could probably just stand on that side of the road and go, "Oi!" and get them to look at you.
There you go. You should be able to see a little campfire basically over there.
Yep.
All right, so Wookie, I need you to give me a blind roll for, let's say, probably disguise. I don't think there's a concealment, right? Wherever you're going to be.
Fire's on the north side.
There is an
yeah.
avoid notice.
I'm not sure avoid notice is the right thing,
I mean, he's
but let me go look
he's
at it.
trying not to be seen. Isn't that avoiding notice?
You're undetected by the creature during your movement and remain undetected at the end of it, but that's not what he's doing at the beginning. He's trying to hide under something. So basically, he's trying to disguise himself. And then if he wants to try to avoid notice, he could try to do that. And that's basically sneaking.
Mhm.
But I rolled a 1. But at the start, what I am going to ask for is like a disguise check, because basically, if you're looking to essentially, cover yourself with grass and try to make yourself look like you're part of the terrain.
Well, then I want them to disguise me, because I'll never pass that to any great effect.
Juliana can help them.
Yep.
Then whoever was going to try to disguise him may go ahead and do so.
Let's see what.
I just need a blind roll, please.
Let's see. That would be disguise, right? There is a disguise skill, I think. Let's see. Or deception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically a deception skill.
Yep.
I could sneak, but I
Oh, it's
cannot
disguise
succeed.
check. Hold on. Let's see. Uh, where in the hell is deception? Is that a exploration thing? No.
I don't find disguise anywhere.
yeah, I don't either.
I don't see deception either. Let's see.
Deception's an
Deception is
actual
your
skill.
proficiency.
Yeah, it's an actual
Right.
skill.
There's a action for what we're trying to do, but I'll just do a deception. All right, let's see if
Yeah, I mean it doesn't show in the basic actions, but
there you go, dude.
Okay, let's see if it works. So if it doesn't, you know, yeah. As soon as the gorilla attacks, we know it didn't work.
Impersonate is what it's called.
No, well, he's not. Well, he's
Oh yeah, there it
Impersonating
is.
a bush.
a bush. Act like a tree and leave. No
I
wait.
am a bush.
Um.
I am only a bush.
mhm.
There are many like me, but I am me.
Shrubbery.
And then you can start waving your fingers and say, "I am not the droid you're looking for," and then continue.
I
on.
am not the shrubbery you're looking for.
Exactly. Of course you did it. Of course you try to do that against a mindless creature. That yeah, it doesn't work.
All right.
What are you doing over here? Ah! I'm being drug across the map.
Yes, you are.
Because DM wants us to be over here.
Because this is where you would have been in relation to where the mechanical labor noticed you.
Perfect.
And stops because well, the fire isn't actually there, it's moved off, but it would be off the map, so
Okay.
Right.
but basically this thing stops because it sees something over on the side looking like a creature that's trying to hide in the grass but not being very successful about it. It basically rolled a critical success to see through the deception.
Uh-huh.
You said you rolled a 1.
Mm-hmm.
It-
That was for the other check.
It beat your check by 10. So
Yeah. Okay.
so the
If it looks like it's looking at me, I'm just gonna try to sneak like belly crawl through the grass and try
yeah basically it stops and stands up and stares at you.
Yeah.
And
And now he's belly crawling away.
and now somebody gets to have a hero point. Who gets to have the hero point? You know what? I
Give it to
think
Juliana, because she failed.
no. I think Zook gets it because he actually succeeded in making disguises.
There you go.
Yeah.
And so basically it stopped by it stopping it has alerted its master that there is something there. A part of the purpose of this thing pulling the wagon is not only as a beast of burden but as right. And so by doing so and by turning and looking at you, it has alerted its driver that there was something out there, and he stands up and yells, "Who goes there?"
Nobody. Nobody but us shrubberies.
I gotta say shit and just try to sneak away. And
Why
Leave
sneak
him
away?
alone.
He obviously sees you. He's staring at you.
Well,
I
he
don't
does, but the
understand.
driver doesn't necessarily, because he's
The
going to
driver
who's
just
there.
hollered at you.
The big beast saw me, but he doesn't
Let him do what he
necessarily.
wants to do.
So what if I want to try to fuck off and let him keep going? I'll run
Okay.
if I have to.
Well, running makes more sense. That's why I asked why you're trying to sneak when they're staring at you.
The big guy's staring at me. The driver sounds like he.
So who
doesn't
are you more
necessarily
afraid of?
see
The
me.
giant
let him-
thing pulling the cart or the guy?
We'll let him make his own decision, and we'll go from there.
Well, if the guy doesn't see me, he can't tell. He's not gonna tell the big guy to attack me,
Nope.
probably.
No more kibitzing.
All right, whatever. I'm just gonna run.
Damn kids.
Get off my lawn.
Away from the road.
Okay.
Kurz, you go first.
As I hit a wall.
Because you would. So basically, you're just standing up and sprinting away.
I guess so.
Okay. What are the rest of you going to do?
Act like automatons.
Cast a spell.
Here, let me go ahead and pull all of you guys in as well. So, because you are on the map, so I'll give you guys the opportunity to do what you're going to do.
Ah, fuck. I didn't think about the fact.
So the mechanical labor just watches you run away.
Mm-hmm.
The villager watches you go and yells, "Damn fool kids! Get off my lawn!" Zook?
I believe I would like to just sit here and watch.
Okay. Juliana?
They haven't taken any hostile action, so
Juliana will just act like she's kicking dirt at her feet. Aw, shucks.
Amisra? All right. Did you put the effect on yourself? You did.
I did.
Very good.
So I grabbed it.
All right, so Kurz is off the map, so I'm going to go ahead and remove you from the combat tracker. Because we will assume you are gone. Basically, they spotted you and you were like, ah! and ran away. Ma, he was stealing the pies again from the windowsill.
Well, yeah, my thought is they won't chase me, so then they'll just go past and then we'll try again.
Yeah, so basically, the mechanical labor is going to look back up at the driver, who's just going to shake his head, sit back down, and motion to it to continue on its way.
Okay.
Zuki just going to continue to sit on the sidelines?
yep, I'm gonna break out a wheel of cheese and eat.
Juliana?
We don't really have a plan for this, so I'm just gonna look interested in something on the horizon.
Well, yeah, we planned for Wookiee to do something successful.
Amisra?
We didn't have any contingencies in place.
5, 15, 20, 35, 10. Let's see, 5, 15, 20.
Misra
25,
the
30.
brave. Look at her go.
Oh God, what the fuck?
What are you trying to do?
He's gonna have
Well,
to work
Matt-
with the ape.
So take all my movements to there
Mm-hmm.
and hail the townsman.
Could be good or this could be bad.
I'm going to end the encounter for now.
Okay.
So I need Amisra. Go ahead. Actually, nope. That's not the check I want.
Mm-hmm. No, you want to
Give me that one.
mindless. Yeah, they're not mindless. So right.
They're not mindless.
Nope. But when I roll that 20 right there, see 20.
Was it
So-
a 20?
Did that take into account your
the plus
status
4.
bonus?
No, it did not. Sorry, I did not put that on there.
Then
But physically. Okay.
base with that plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So we were walking. Now we'll see what happens.
What are you talking to the driver about?
Ask him. Sorry, I got lost on the road. Which way you? Ask him. Sorry, I got lost on the road. Which way you headed, so I can. You in the back.
Did I just lose you? I'm sorry. Grab a ride in the back and what?
And yeah, just tag along with it basically. See if I can go in the back. Tag if you're going into. I don't know where you're headed, but if I can just get a ride with you for a little while.
Well, I'm headed out from Baghead to Yaled.
Hmm?
This load of alchemical supplies. Headed to Nathnelma in Yaled. I suppose you're welcome to ride with me for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just
And if I need.
don't tell Shroud that I let you ride with me, okay?
Oh, absolutely not. No, our secret. So yeah, if that. So don't tell Shroud, okay?
Well, there goes
So-
Amisra. See ya.
Amisra's going to Yaled.
So, oh, we in combat again? We are in combat. Sweet.
Well, no, it just, for whatever reason, as often as I tell it to go back to free movement afterwards, I have to actually click the button every time.
Right.
Here, can my 4 friends come, including the monkey-faced boy?
Well, yeah. And so what I'll do is, shoot, actually. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. Damn it. I thought I had some kind of message or something like that that I could cast to Juliana. So I jump in and I say, yep, let's head out. And what I'm doing and is while he's looking forward, I'm telling the guys to come, and do what you're gonna do. I mean, if you're gonna rob them, if you're gonna do whatever, but I'm also gonna try to investigate what's in those. Are there barrels inside? What do I see on the wagon?
So again, it's a covered wagon. If you get in the back, then as you look in the wagon, you see it's exactly what he told you. It's
Okay.
just mundane alchemical supplies.
Okay.
They don't look like they are at all related to
Mhm.
anything that you have that you've heard about with any of the brain grit or tremor paste or anything like that. It just looks like normal alchemical supplies that must be moving from Pagked
Okay.
to Yeled.
Mm-hmm. And
Strike up the conversation.
yeah, it's like
And again, they were going to Nathnelma.
Mhm.
Nathnelma in Yeled.
that's the name of person, is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
That's who the supplies are being delivered to.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. And do you do this every day, once a week? You know, and do you pick up stuff when you come back?
You ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, just striking up conversation, you know.
How about you shut up?
I guess I could do that. Won't it might be a real boring trip then, wouldn't it? I mean,
I have an automaton that pulls this thing for a reason. It doesn't talk. Shut up.
Well,
so
I'm assuming we don't hear this conversation. We're just
no, you don't.
watching.
You're just watching. Like I said, and I know where you guys kind of are. I don't know where.
I
I
mean,
don't know where Zook was.
yeah, basically the moment you climbed in, this moved away. Unless you guys are, tracking along the side, and trying to stay
That's what I'm
hidden,
saying.
you're just letting the
How fast
wagon
does
get
this thing
away.
move?
Yeah. How fast is this?
So this, the mechanical labor pulling it has a speed of 25.
Okay.
So basically, you
So we should be
figure,
able to keep up with it.
oh, you can, but are you trying to keep up and not be noticed? Or are
We'll
you...
fall back. We'll fall back behind it about
Right.
5 or 6 links, and
Mhm.
they're not going to notice us in the back because they're looking forward.
Right. And I'll try to block.
Maybe.
Well, and I'll try to block anything. Like I said, I'll be standing behind him, or sitting, or whatever.
Well, what do we want to do, Zook? Do we just want to let him keep going, or?
Well, a Mishra hasn't signaled us to do anything else, so yeah. We'll follow along about
Yeah, this was not part of the
50,
plan.
75 yards
I know.
behind. And
Yeah, at some point there, I'll stop running to see if they chased me, and when they don't, I'm gonna circle back around and meet up with the party.
It's been 45 minutes at an average land speed of 6 miles an hour. You are now 4 miles away, and the wagon is gone. Your friends lost for eternity. You start a new life as a merman.
So, about 8 minutes into the ride, after not talking or whatever, I'm motioning these guys to come, Juliana, and to continue to move closer. But 8 minutes through, I'm like, oh, hold on, I can't do this. I just can't sit here and do nothing. I'm gonna leave now. So if you want to stop the wagon, I'll get off here. I don't need to. I don't need you to take me any farther than this.
You want to get off? Get off. I ain't stopping.
Tuck and roll, Grandma.
Exactly.
you're stopping.
Right. And are you guys getting closer, or are you guys staying at a certain distance?
We were staying back like 50 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I ain't gonna get any more information from them. So what I'll do is I'll
Just jab something in the wagon wheel.
You're no fun.
Right? We needed that XP. Damn it.
there's a madness. So
So he just levitates himself off.
I levitate myself off.
I was going to give you like a DC 5 to athletics check off of it, but okay.
I don't want to skin any of this disguise off, and then I'll. Well, he's only 125. I can move 30, so I can kind of mingle along, and where it's kind of fall behind until Juliana, Zook, and Kurtz catch up to me, and then we can kind of talk on what we want to do next. So he's moving 25, I'm moving 20 or 15 or something like that, so I'm falling farther.
I wanted to kill the gorilla.
Okay. We can still
Say,
do
is
that.
it too late to go to Agents of Edgewatch? Just kidding. This is
No, but I believe if you guys keep it up, we're going to have one of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes happen.
Mm.
You're like, crap.
Mm. Okay. What do you guys think? I mean, it's mundane stuff. It's nothing in there. He wasn't going to talk to me. He's going to you're led to go see, and I'll say the person's name. So I guess the thing is, do we wait a couple of days until he comes back and see what's in the wagon?
Well, it
And
could just be mundane stuff. I'm sure
Right.
most of the ingredients to this poison are very mundane.
Mm, right.
Well, then we could figure out where this person lives and try to just look like zombies and go into the town and try to find their house, huh?
But we're going to definitely go into town disguised as more of these townsfolk.
Yeah.
We have to determine where we going once we get there. We can't just walk around, right?
Right.
We have to find a place to hang out or something.
Mm-hmm.
And poison zombies with big knife hands probably don't just hang out at the bar.
Well,
Or
Never
do
know.
they?
and they probably have their own home, so they won't have an inn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, you think go back into town, or do you want to wait for this or another card to come into town and we get?
I think we're done with prep. I think we need to just go into town and
It'll be fine.
unless we're going to hijack one of these dudes. And the problem is there's only 2 of them. That doesn't help the 4 of us get into town.
Sure it does. You put 3 of us in the back of the wagon.
Well, is someone going to do the beast of burden pulling it?
You're not going to do that?
Yeah, we can't. I'm sure we're not going to be able to tame.
Did we try to identify what that thing was?
Nope.
Gorilla-looking thing? No.
Yeah, can we do that? Can we do a recall knowledge on that?
Target it and recall knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. Hold on.
You know how. I believe in you.
Look, DM.
You believe
All
in
right.
me. I believe I can fly.
I believe the children are our future.
Mm-hmm. Since I had a pretty good look at it.
All right, so
Describe it to everybody.
You guys believe that this is a construct. It is an animated statue.
Okay.
What would you like to know about it?
Everything.
So, in West Philadelphia, it was born and raised.
Okay. No, that's better than North Philadelphia, but who knows? So it's a construct. Obviously, constructs are normally mindless. Command words?
Doesn't have any specific
Is that what
command
it-
words.
Okay, right. So it is just that. It is just that. A construct that pulls, and is a guard also. Or
Yeah, it
has good senses.
its job is to pull the cart and obey the Virulac that has been put in charge of it.
Okay.
So we don't have to act like we're a certain one of these. We could just be a generic one. We just need to get our hands on a cart.
Mm-hmm.
Which I
Right.
guess means we're either going to have to hijack one of these existing ones or find an empty cart somewhere.
That has the has a contract there.
Hey, Cake Muff.
So, and I don't think these things are going to rest, right? They're just going to go straight through. They don't need to rest. They don't need to set up
Right.
camp, right? So there's no use of following it until it stops. It's not going to oh, I need a piss break.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
they're undead. They don't
Yeah.
sleep a lot.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So following this guy,
It's a construct. Probably not gonna get very tired.
not hungry either. So they won't stop for food
Right.
at the local McDonald's and stuff, right? Or Culver's, I should say Culver's.
McDowell's.
Right.
They prefer McDowell's.
McDowell's, yeah.
Thank you, coming to America.
Exactly. John Amos, right? Yeah. God.
So what do we want to do, guys?
Okay.
All right, so are you guys done with prep?
It's up to you guys if we want to try to get a cart and come into town that way or just come into town as just 4 average undead things.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say we just walk into town, 4 average undead things.
In which case we're probably just about done with
prep.
Prep.
Yep.
Prep.
Unless we want to stick around a whole week and see if there's a special day where things are less active, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'd have the patience to wait that long.
All right, for completing your prep and earning at least 1 edge point, you all get 80 experience points.
My goodness.
How long does that disguise usually last?
Well, I mean, you guys have created a disguise. It's not something that you have painted on yourselves already. You've created a disguise that you can put on.
Okay.
Anytime, right? Yeah.
Anytime.
Right.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
We could still create awareness though if we're not careful.
Right. Exactly.
If we ask too many questions in the wrong place or
Right.
start acting out of character.
The question is, do we go all at once or do we go one at a time? Back
And
into
just
town.
just so you guys know, I do have an emergency spell of shared invisibility that I can cast on us. Lasts for
Cool.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Which will give us
So-
enough time to get out of town if we needed to.
Right. To
Yeah,
hide
exactly.
the hide jinx, get out or something if we have to.
All right. So you guys have your disguises. You are ready to walk into town.
Yep.
So you walk into town.
Well, before I do that, I'm going to do
A bio break.
Gonna do
That's
it?
a good choice.
I figured.
They would be a little concerned if all of a sudden one of them started peeing.
Just drop right in the middle going, all right, I'm squatting right here. What? Or maybe put a mystic armor on myself just because if we're using disguises, mystic armor is
We
shouldn't.
could walk through town casting puff of poison.
Mhm,
They'd appreciate that too, right?
mhm. Yep. Okay. And I would say we're not really walk in as a group, but stagger a little bit. What do you guys think? There's no token in this scene. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No.
And yeah, we are.
Tim's got a map.
I mean, I've got, basically a generic map of some streets of Baghead. So you guys have entered Baghead.
Okay.
You have safely made it into the town. But now the question is,
Where are we gonna go?
what is it that you would like to try to do? Again, remember, your goal is to find Decrocia.
The cross around. Yep.
And right now, you have absolutely no idea where Decrocia is.
Correct. Okay.
Let's see. I wonder if there's something like a library or
Mm-hmm.
a board, like a job postings board or something like that.
We can definitely look for that.
We need to do research somehow.
Mm-hmm. Also, look at the signs. If it's like a normal sign or normal town, hopefully they have some kind of, this
Information
is
sign.
this is the library. They have information. This is the
Left,
armory.
Yeah.
left to
Right,
City
right,
Hall, right
right.
to the armory.
Yeah,
Correct.
and like, is there a
Signs.
solo
Mhm.
house on a hill?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like a
No.
big mansion. Okay.
Mhm.
There is
In or out.
There is nothing obvious. The doors actually, the moment you touch them, they disappear, and when you want them to close, they reappear. There is nothing obvious about the town that screams, "Hey, find Decrocia here."
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Are there
Chances-
manholes?
No, there are clockwork obstacle holes.
So there's no sewer system or anything.
No sewer system, no irrigation.
No, it's and again, this town is clearly run down, has not been maintained in quite a while. It does not look like there's anything that is, shall we say, living within it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's been no need of sewage. There's been no need of anything like that as a part of it. This place just has not been well maintained because there's been no viable reason for it to be well maintained. It's a run-down industrial town.
Okay. I say we start going in town and checking out some of the buildings.
All right.
Yeah.
So I have this map up here just to give you guys a map scene. There isn't actually anything on this map for you to do. It's just a generic map right now.
Sure, understand.
So
Yeah.
if you guys are checking within buildings, fantastic.
Without being too obvious. Without being too
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
The goal is going to be that you're going to try to sneak into PAG-KED buildings to search for clues.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah.
So, what I need to know is, as a group, are you looking to do it through perception, through stealth, or through thievery?
So perception would be just kind of looking in the windows, not really actually breaking and entering, but looking inside the buildings. Can we see? Thievery would be more, in my opinion.
You're picking locks, you're going within, you're things like that. Stealth might be you're crawling around, you're crawling in through windows, you're doing stuff like that to try to look around.
Exactly.
And so snooping is one of the things that you can do here. In order to succeed, you need to succeed 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either at one of the 3, right? So I could say, all right, I'm going to snoop. I'm using perception to see if I can kind of snoop.
Do we all have to use the same skill check?
As a group, you need to succeed 3 times. So if one of you is just openly going up and peering in windows, while another one of you is picking a lock and going in to do that, that's fine. As a group, basically you guys need to succeed in looking into, let's call it 3 buildings.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it.
Sure.
So there's going to be 4 skill checks, and we have to succeed at 3 of the 4. Because we're each going to do a skill check, right?
We're each going to do a skill check.
Yeah.
Okay. So, who wants to go first?
I
I'll go
will.
first.
I'll do stealth.
Okay. So you're going to climb through windows and kind of look around and
Go ahead and give me that check that I put in chat.
Public or blind?
Blind.
Probably blind. And it probably will automatically default to blind if that's the way this skill is meant to go. Yeah.
Yeah, it should. Congratulations, Kurz. You do succeed. In addition, you find this. As you are stealthing your way through the building.
Don't touch it. It's a mimic. Don't touch it. It's a mimic.
It's Troy's wiener.
What were the 3 checks? Stealth, thievery, or
Perception.
perception? Okay. I think I would also like to do a stealth.
Okay.
You may use the same check.
Okay.
It did not default to
It did not.
blind.
That is okay. You succeeded.
Okay.
So you search another building.
Okay. Now, if you would like to put... Is that it?
Nope. That's 2 of the 3 obstacles. Or 2 of the 3...
I didn't know if you had anything to add. Like
Nope.
with okay. Sounds good. Then go ahead and for me, why don't we try a perception check? I'm just going to be nice and casually. No, I don't want a public roll.
You're just gonna casually peek in the windows?
Peek in the windows and say, oh, okay. Yeah, there she is. Even though I have no idea what she looks like.
You don't accomplish your goal. You don't find anything in the building you're looking in worth having learned anything about.
Okay.
Troy, how could you?
I rolled less than a 10.
So it's up to me, I guess.
It is up to you.
Juliana.
I'm going to do a thievery check
Damn thieves.
because that's
I mean,
the only one I'm expert at. So
mhm.
I just clicked on it. So
That's okay.
I don't know why
It-
I wasn't blind, but
Yeah, I don't know, and I'll probably just see if I can. Where are my rolls? Let's change that to. I change that to blind GM rolls if that'll do it. Mine were on self rolls, and it didn't make any difference. But that is a success. So congratulations between the three of you minus Troy. You guys learned something. Well, you were going through and looking into the buildings. And what you have learned is that the boss, if you hear that name, is Decrocia. Decrocia is a rust hag. Anybody who would like to may make a recall knowledge to
Mom.
learn about rust hags.
do we just do it, or is there going to be a pop-up?
I put one in the chat.
Okay.
Did you click?
Occultism?
I did click.
I did click.
All right. So, let's see. I had one person succeed. Just barely. Like, by 0. So you just
That's all
succeeded.
it takes.
So, you don't know a lot. But basically what you know is rust hags have a knack for technology. They tend to make their homes in hollowed out factories, abandoned tenements, and other sites of urban decay. Hags are surprisingly diverse, both in abilities and in their terrain. That is what you know.
Okay. Hence the constructs. Possibly.
So we're looking for a hag, and it's probably in some big building in this place.
We're looking for another hag.
Or
Yeah.
underground?
You mean all the Covenant hags? Say it isn't so.
Well, yeah,
It isn't so.
We knew that, but
What would you guys like to try to do next to learn more about where Decrocia might be? Now that you have learned that she is a rust hag, and you've learned a little bit about rust hags.
I say we start looking for apartment buildings and factory-looking buildings.
Urban
in this town.
decay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna guess
so you found the
space.
town of Pagked. Congratulations.
Right.
It's all around you.
How about that building with the 2 stacks on that's pumping out possible poison? Would that be kind of a place where she might be?
That sounds like urban decay.
And if it is a factory of some sort, rusty.
So are you talking about going into the factory? Or are you talking about going on top of the factory where the stacks are to observe?
We probably should do that because there's so many windows up there, right? And no, let's start walking toward the factory. Is my thinking. Thoughts?
Yeah, we'll hobble that way.
So you walk towards the factory.
Mm-hmm.
Do, 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 do.
As we get closer, what do we see?
Well, you see that that factory has, it looks like the labor is being performed by constructs.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Walk around the building and see if there's any other ways in to the building, other than
Sure.
obviously the
Yeah.
first door we come to. Oh yeah, here we go. No, constructs be like, no, 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 you can't go in there.
We need to try and get as close as we can without arousing suspicion to do
Mhm.
casual observations.
Juliana, you want to stay behind with me and see if the two stealthy ones can reconnoiter the building?
Well, I'm actually pretty stealthy
Oh,
too.
actually,
But
okay. And
It's just
Okay.
you, Sir Clinks, a lot.
I don't clank at all. It's just I look too much like a undead elf right now.
No,
So
you are disguised
I'm
successfully.
disguised as an undead something or another, right?
So as you guys look around, it looks like there really is only one entrance that things are coming and going from. There are some Virulax that are part of the crowd that are moving in and out. It doesn't look like there's so much the laborers as those who are in charge of the laborers,
Mm-hmm.
but there are Virulax in the factory.
Okay. We want to go in and kind of act like we belong in there.
That was my first thought. Yeah, is
Mhm.
just see if
Like,
our
hey.
disguises hold up.
Mm-hmm. And say, mm-hmm,
They'll hold up.
mm-hmm. And then once we get in there, kind of look around and see what's going on. And, if we see this rust hag somewhere around.
Well, if it doesn't look like there's any way on the outside of this building to get some sort of vantage point to peer into it, then yeah, we're gonna have to go inside of it to make sure that we find this hag so that we can
Mhm.
report. Because we're just supposed to find her, right? I mean, that's all we're trying
Well,
to do right now.
well, right now it's all.
Yeah.
right, but the overall scheme is to stop the poison,
To
which
stop
is
it.
right, and she's the one that's making the brain rot poison. Is
Right, but
the understanding right?
But the situation we're currently in, we can't start a fight. We'll get pummeled to death by 60 animated statues. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, if there's no way that we can get to like on these stacks and get some sort of vantage point to verify that this rust hag is in there, then we're gonna have to go through the front door. I don't
Right.
see any other way around
Well,
it.
you didn't try to climb the stacks, but
Well,
Right.
then we
And
could still try that to see if
we could
there's
try
some
that,
sort of
climb up.
vantage
Mhm.
point we can get. Yeah.
Right.
but if you guys would like to walk into the factory, I have that option for you.
Before we do, how about we all drink an antidote? Gives you a
Okay.
+3 item bonus to fortitude saving throws against poison for 6 hours.
Oh,
Why would we want to do that?
Because we're walking into a factory pumping out poison in the middle of town. I really
didn't
don't
you-
want to become one of these things permanently.
Oh. Okay. Do you have?
I do have. I'm trying to
Okay.
open the party sheet, and I'll drop 3 on the party sheet.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it on my thing. I had it.
Mhm.
There we go. Antidote.
Oh, actually, there's already one in there, moderate, but
Yeah, I have several, so I'll put 2 more in there.
right.
We're in the party sheet.
Yes, sir. Under consumables.
Inconsumables.
Oh,
I don't know what antidote you were taking, but
Mine.
I'll have what she's having.
I used an antidote. I will drop the effect antidote.
Did you secret that to me for a reason, Troy?
What's that?
You sent me a secret message of the antidote.
Oh no, actually, it. Well, yeah, it says blind GM roll, but it actually does have it on the
Yeah.
page too. Okay.
Curse, why are you taking 2?
I put one back.
All right, and then go.
He's like, I wanted to see which one had more in it. Like when you're at the grocery store and you're getting a Coke, you'll have to look at the line, see which one has more Coke.
I said I took one, but it's not on my sheet. Fuck.
It doesn't say you took one in chat.
All right, let me
It said
try.
Amisra took one, and then Kurz stole 2.
Okay, now I've got one.
And then he put one back.
And if you, before you use it, drag the effect antidote onto your token.
Yeah, I did it the opposite way, and I can't do it now.
Okay, here, I'll post it for you.
Okay.
Drag that onto
Yep.
your token.
Where's my way over there? Okay.
All right, so does everybody have their effect? Has everybody consumed their antidote?
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
So, did we want to go up and see if there's any windows that we can peer into, either on the building or up on the roof, or do we want to just go inside the building?
I say we go in and we imitate the workers.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys get in line to be able to get into the factory. It takes you about 6 hours and 3 minutes to get in.
Sweet. Damn clubs. We should go to the front of the line and show them.
Because it's what, 6 hours for that antidote?
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
That's all right. I got 28 more,
Mhm.
just in case we had to wait in line.
So really, the only way you're going to be able to gather clues in here and keep suspicions low is if you can command the laborers, or even simply appear to do so. So each of you that move into the factory, which is it going to be all of you,
Yes.
then each of you is going to need to succeed twice at either a crafting check, a deception check, or a religion check.
Crafting, religion, or what?
Deception. So let's go ahead and start at the top of my list, and that would be with Chuck. Chuck, which one of those would you like to do?
It can be the same one twice.
Yes.
It'll be crafting. I'm actually good at all three of them, but crafting's my best. So I'll
So go ahead and attempt a crafting check.
All right, I tried shifting to make it a secret roll, and it wouldn't let me.
See if I can.
What?
It's weird.
Oy.
I just hit the thing, and
Yep.
I held shift down, because shift
Uh,
usually will force the
yeah.
menu to pop up. But
Go ahead and.
just do blind roll. Let me just put it on blind.
All right, I'm still
Yeah.
on my headset, but I'm away from the keyboard for a minute.
All right, there's a blind one. Do you want me to redo
There-
the first one blind?
No.
or you good?
I mean, so far you have not been succeeding in being very deceptive about it. So go ahead and keep on trying.
What do you mean? Oh, no, I was deceptive that time.
Oh no.
No,
Not.
it was a secret roll.
Yeah, you sure were. But you were not deceptive enough to really appear like you were controlling the things well. So you need to continue to try.
Oh, I thought you just got 2 shots.
I know, honey. I know.
Nope, not on this one. You're either going to succeed or you're going to critically fail.
All right.
If you could roll out of single digits, you'd probably be better off. But go ahead again.
Dude, I'm doing what I do. That's the dice. That's not me.
I know, right? Very good. There is one success.
Now do it again.
Do it again.
Yeah, I'm sure every few misses it does an awareness point or something. So
There is 2 successes. Congratulations. You have successfully shown that you can control the automatons. So you are able to blend in to the crowd. Next on my list, Mike stepped away.
Nope, I'm back.
Okay, then Mike, you are next. Crafting,
I would like
deception, or
crafting,
religion.
Please.
There is a crafting check. A blind crafting check, please.
I closed my eyes. It was blind.
There is one success. Roll again, please. And a second one. He shows you how it's done. And succeeds in 2. Next is a Misra. Crafting, deception, or religion.
Okay, crafting's +2, deception's +2, religion +14.
All right, deception up there for you.
Exactly.
Mine,
Religion it is.
my religion was +0. My crafting was +14. My deception was +10.
All right, one success down. Give me another religion check.
Gimme.
And 2 successes. Congratulations. 1 person left. Come on now. I trust that one of you can give me a critical failure. Come on.
Come on, Wookie, you can do it.
Wookie,
Crafting, please.
there's a crafting check for you. Oh, it almost rolled over to the 1. But that was a failure, so go ahead and give me another roll. Congratulations. You gave me the one I needed. All right, everybody. That means that we get to have an interaction. Okay,
Yeah, there was this
nah.
one baseball player on the Brewers. I think his last name was Herro. What's it? How's that pronounced?
Hero.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
You s-
Yeah, and he used to, kind of nudge or point at a crowd member.
All right, let's go ahead and make
Try not to kibitz here. So
that
yeah.
invisible. Let's go ahead and put you guys back together.
Oh no, I'm blending in with the crowd. I have no idea who this guy is.
Too bad.
I'm like the freaking stonemason guy too. Like that's my crafting skill.
I was hoping one of you guys would give me a 1. I mean, it only felt right. Somebody had to give me a 1.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And so you guys get
Zook glares at the orc companion.
Mm-hmm.
they didn't give me good pictures of these guys, but
Mm-hmm.
oh well. I could go find better ones, I'm sure. But
But
so you guys are noticed by
no, not you guys.
you guys are noticed when one of your members ineptly
Keep your memory.
basically tries to control something by just looking at it and going boogity 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 boogity, and
Well,
the Virulac realizes that was not even remotely an accurate way to do that, and so approaches you with an angry Virulac villager approaches you with 2 mechanical laborers. Kurz,
Uh-oh.
you started this. You go first. I know we're in the streets of Pagked, but a map is a map.
Yeah.
I roll to dap up the BBEG. There you go.
Villager label mech.
I want my label mech. Chili's label mech. Barbecue sauce.
Spurs of the jungle.
I don't really know what to do.
He's approaching you. Figure something out quick.
Feign illness.
Right? Flop on the floor, act like you're having a seizure. Boogala, boogala, boogala.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna say if you're undead, you don't have Caesars.
Troy, stop spoiling the fun.
I know, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna greet him. He's coming at me, he's looking right at me, yelling at me.
Boogala, boogala.
has been a hero.
Yep. It does not appear to make any difference.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's he do? I'm not gonna react. I'm gonna react. I'm not gonna act.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, it's not their turn, so I mean, right now I'll say the Virulac villager looks angry, and the mechanical laborers look like they might be aggressive, but you can't tell yet because they haven't actually approached you.
Mm-hmm. So I will also delay as I get closer.
See, where am I? Well, I'm in the back of the group. I don't want to be in the back of the group.
I should have moved.
So I'm going to step forward.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to attempt to... Can I try to command one of the ones he's commanding?
You can attempt it.
Okay. I'd like to try that. Since
Go
I
ahead.
successfully commanded one already.
Mm-hmm.
Boogala boogala. Isn't that how it goes?
That's what I. That's what I said.
Boogity, 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 boogity.
Boogada boogada boo.
Success. It's like, it all depends on Badoogly.
What,
They all
what
shut
should
down.
I roll?
What was the stat? Religion.
No, crafting, I thought.
Yeah. Scroll back up and give me one of those crafting checks.
Okay. I don't want to roll the one Wookiee failed on, so I'll roll one of mine.
It appears to make no difference.
Okay. Then I will delay, and if something comes within reach, I will smack it.
That's a ready to action out of delay.
Okay. I only have one action left, so that's fine.
Okay.
I think isn't a ready action
Two.
2 actions?
It is. So once you do one thing, you really can't ready because then you have.
All right, I'm done.
Okay. So. I mean, I think you can move and delay, and then after his turn, you could attack. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you would be right.
It reaches out and smacks you with its fist. It seems like boogity, 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 boogity might be an attack command.
That's okay.
But he was supposed to attack the guy behind him.
This guy yells out, "How dare you tell them to attack!"
I dare.
Okay. So the village.
All right. Where were you delaying until, guys? Who delayed?
I don't think he could delay, right?
No,
I
but I-
didn't delay. They did.
I delayed, and so did.
Amiser and Kurz did.
Mm-hmm. Kurz, did you want to react now? Before the villager?
Can I try to command the thing again in a way that's gonna make it not aggressive then?
I don't think so.
No, I
They're
can't try to-
aggressive. Mm-hmm.
boogity, 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 boogity sounded like B, aggressive. B-E, aggressive.
Damn cheerleaders.
No, but I can't. I mean, we're like, are we fighting now, or like, should I try to command this thing again? Do you think?
Well,
Fighting, I think.
it just walked.
the
It just
spirit of
walked
me.
up and punched him in the face for 21 points of damage.
Alright.
So I think we're at the in for a penny, in for a pound.
So if you're going to go before the villager, I will move you to that spot. And then
Okay.
Amistra, are you going to move right after Kurz?
I'm gonna move right after Kurz. Yep.
Then I have moved you guys, and let me move. Kurz, it is your turn.
Do I get punched?
No.
No. Well,
It's an automaton.
But what it does give you is flurry of blows.
flurry of blows. I'm gonna rage first.
Then you only have one action left.
I know, which means I can flurry of blows. I might
Rage
turn that
Rage,
crap
rage,
on.
rage!
Jeez. Really pissed.
Rage against the dying of the light.
Rage, rage against the dying of the light.
Rage against the dying of my wife.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Real.
That took a really dark.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Come on. Rage. What the hell? I don't remember how to turn this crap on.
Just drag the effect to you.
Boom. Well, let's try
Or
it.
you just say apply effect, which I did, and now it's on you.
There we go. Flurry of blows.
We're sorry. The flurry of blows that you have tried has been disconnected or is no longer in service. Please check the skill and try again.
Pop rolled a 1 on the first. What the?
You are having some good dice rolls tonight.
At least
is-
you're improving as you go along, right?
What was that?
Needless to say, those are both misses.
Yeah.
Why, needless to say, it could have been a hit.
If you hit on a 2, even with a flank, yeah. It has. Not against these creature. I'll say, not against a creature that just hit you for 21 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a goblin that ran up and went, ha ha, and did 1 point of damage, I got you. You may have hit on the 2.
Oops. No, that's not what I want. That's what I want.
No oops allowed.
How about set ove?
Lies.
Schweres
I
das
didn't wanna
Deutsche ABC.
Leveled bleed damage.
Flurry of bleed.
God. All right, guys, no more flurry of anything.
So,
Yes, I
And
used
so-
hero point.
yeah, even with that, you missed.
I missed. Okay. Now a villager can go.
Now the villager goes.
Mm-hmm.
And how fast does he move? 25.
It's like, I don't know why you attack us. We're just.
I am just a common villager here to repair the facilities.
I'm not dead yet.
I'm not flurry of blows yet.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let's try doing that to the right
So
person.
bad
Oop.
he killed himself.
And then I need a saving throw, please.
Anita.
Curse.
Curs.
Sorry.
Wookie.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, I did 12 points of damage, and if you hover over him, I think it still says unharmed.
I don't know. All I see is.
Oh, it's
mechanical
it's
labor
actually underneath.
over him.
Yeah, it's underneath the other guy. I'll say I put up a fort save for you in the chat that I need you to make, please.
Okay.
We really need you to make it.
Mm-hmm. There it is.
Congratulations. That is a critical success.
Yeah.
Woo woo. Record cabinet.
And then this one will move up
Uh-oh.
and attack.
But he's not in a flank.
He is not, but he's still hit. And that's it. Juliana.
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious. Let's see. Hmm. Let's see.
Look at Juliana being all brave and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Juliana's your friend. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. Show me something, friend.
Well, it's obviously we're not. Are we going to try to keep these guys alive, or are we not worried about it anymore?
I don't think I'm worried about it. That hurt.
Yeah, I don't know
Just
if we.
saying.
These teeth that I've taken out of my mouth and put in my pocket for later, they tell me that I probably don't want them to be around anymore.
Has the.
You're still on private, Chuck.
What's that?
You're still on private. Your lightning bolt came up like a secret to me.
There. How about that?
There you go.
Okay. So.
I can basically cast it from any corner, so I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, bounce back. Hits him twice. 3 times.
Sure. All right, it's DC 22
Yep.
reflex.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Which is still on blind. God damn it. Oh well.
That's fine. You rolled 25. Here, I'll reveal to everyone. And let me go ahead and... I was hoping it was going to give you my reflex saves up
Sometimes
there.
it does, sometimes it doesn't.
That's a fail. And that's a success. So this one will take full damage. This one will take half damage.
Obviously it has some kind of...
It's a construct.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I moved, I cast, that's it.
Which makes it Zook. Whoa. The Zook of the universe.
Target. We will do a spell strike. We will strike with the weapon. We will strike with the weapon. There we go.
That is a hit.
We will damage with the weapon. We will damage with the spell. With the spell. Come on, you can do it.
Now let me see if it'll actually
DM
merge.
can add
merge
those together. I don't think it.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think it would last time because it's different types.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And of course it doesn't. So let me...
I don't know. I don't think I have a spell that does slashing damage. Does that say
There you
barely
go.
or badly injured?
Barely. No, it says badly.
I was like, oh god.
You're like,
I could see the
fuck!
B and I could see the B at the beginning and the RED at the end because the words are behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, is that barely or badly? Okay,
This is bad. This is bad. This is bad.
this is very bad. Yeah.
That's a hit.
And that will end my turn.
And that ended that mechanical laborer.
Hallelujah. No more flank for them, and one less thing to attack my friend.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna target the
Hers.
villager.
At least you have a friend, huh?
There it is.
There he is.
That's a critical hit and a hit.
Wow.
I say, and that was all, is that bludgeoning damage that you do
Yes.
with the fist?
Bludgeoning.
Assume so.
Yes.
I assume so too, but I just wanted to make sure that you you weren't like wearing like spiked gloves or something.
Spiked gauntlets.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, just them hand wraps.
Now that's our druid
Right?
in the other campaign.
Yeah. Oh, because the Virilak, if he took piercing or slashing damage from a melee strike, he squirts a jet of poisonous ichor from the wound.
Nice.
No, I just punched his face in.
And so the blood and ichor pour out of his nose.
Yeah.
Or, into the concave shape that used to be his face.
Yeah.
It's still your turn, Curse.
Yeah, I got the big guy targeted. I'm throwing more punches.
That's a miss. That's a critical miss. That's a miss. Why are you still throwing hits? You don't have that many attacks.
3 flurry of blows. I threw 6 punches, didn't I?
Oh,
You can't throw 3 for flurry of blows.
I think
Why
that's
not?
once around.
Oh, it's once around.
Yeah.
It's
Sure,
a
so
flourish,
the
I
extra,
believe.
the extra attacks I took didn't matter then, even though I rolled a fucking 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why I was asking why you were continuing. You could use 1 flurry of blows around.
Right. So you get 4 attacks instead of 3, basically, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
If not, that flurry of blows would be so OP, it would be ridiculous.
So,
Like, I just attack forever!
I look around. Is there anybody else noticing this combat?
Nobody else is paying the least bit of attention.
Sweet.
I just moved those 2 over to the side, just so they're out of the way. I'll even move them farther to the side.
wait, where'd my step stool go?
Even farther to the side.
Nice too.
Yeah, that's a miss.
That's a mess. So then I will go here. I'm just gonna reposition myself. And
What? You don't have plus 20 on your attack yet?
I know.
That's a paddling.
Chewing gum.
That's a paddling. I love The Simpsons. Talking about my beard. That's a paddling.
Wasn't that just like
Jasper.
characters? Well, no, that episode was like different characters teaching.
Yeah, as substitute teachers because of like a strike or something like that.
Yeah.
All right. It smacks you again. It's going to try to grab you.
Oh no.
Give you a nice old hug.
Jump, jump, jump.
I want a hug.
Why
You seem
why did
sad
it
today,
not-
so he was gonna give you a hug.
No. I'm fine. I'm fine. I got a new job today.
Why didn't it try to grapple?
Well, then he was giving you a hug for congratulations.
Okay, let's try. Come on. Grapple. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it was because I was clicked on you, and I had you targeted because I had to be clicked on you to put the damage on you. It was like, you can't grapple yourself. Shut up. Yes, I can.
Watch me.
You are now grabbed.
No.
Not that that makes any difference.
No.
And then it's going to use its last action to try to punch you again.
Oh, okay.
No.
Which,
I was waiting for the Hulk reaction. Puny
Ow.
god.
It did for minimum damage.
Yay!
I was thinking
It
maybe like
it put you in a headlock and just punched you in the face.
Ah, no great loss. It's all right.
yeah.
Juliana.
It's me. It's Juliana.
Juliana.
All right. Well, we will target it,
What
and we
was
will
in that
do
antidote?
phase bolt.
Ooh, nice hit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All right, that's a critical miss.
Mhm.
And
Where's
you
the
know
cat?
we can't crit roll spells, so
So,
Yeah, so it's just going to take double damage.
And anything else, or is it just double damage?
Just double damage.
yeah. And I'll raise my shield. Just kidding.
Zook.
Zook, 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 zook.
Oh, it took less than full damage.
Yeah. Construct.
Okay.
Hardness. Spell strike. Squishy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit. Would you like to add your spell?
I'm getting there. I gotta flip the page to the spell slot.
All right, so we'll add 16 to that. The mechanical labor goes down. Some things looked over at you, but they just assumed that you guys were handling business with some things that were malfunctioning.
Unruly construct.
Nobody's taking persistent anything, so we're ending the encounter.
Good.
Congratulations. You guys overcame the obstacle.
Yes.
You got
250.
The obstacle
experience
that
points.
Wookiee created.
Yeah.
I trusted one of you guys to go ahead and get me a critical failure. I told you that.
Mm-hmm.
You did.
Hey, we did enough on our attack rolls for critical failures. We shouldn't have had to do it. Sorry.
So, because that combat can only happen once on this particular obstacle, and basically you're just rolling until you get a success, hand waving the rest of the success on this. And we're going to end it after I give you this next piece of information.
Okay.
Because it's 10:20,
It's
which means it's past normal time to end. So as you guys complete this second one, you guys learn as you're moving around in this factory that Decrocia is working to mass produce 2 specific alchemical ingredients in one of her factories. If somebody would like to try to make a crafting check.
nope.
I'll try.
Definitely not gonna try.
Let me put that on private.
That's okay. That's a success. Zook recognizes that those ingredients are brain grit and tremor paste. That she is working to mass produce those in one of her factories.
Hmm.
And there you go.
Dastardly
So-
Mustang.
So you guys have overcome 2 of the obstacles as you have been exploring and trying to find out where Decrocia is. So far, you have not located Decrocia, but you know that she is the boss. She is a rust hag. She may be living in a factory, and she is clearly trying to reproduce mass quantities of brain grit and tremor paste.
My God, she
Got all,
wants to
got
mass
all that
produce.
Wookiee?
She wants to reproduce. Ah!
Troy's the one keeping notes now.
Oh, got all that, Troy.
I got all that. It's in my blue. It's in my orange folder.
Okay.
And I also have it in my round file in case you guys need it.
Sounds good.
All right. Great game today, guys. You made it through a little bit.
Very good game.
We succeeded a little bit. You got into at least one fight, which I was hoping there would be at least one fight tonight.
Oh,
And
was
we're...
there any
No.
treasure on the guys, or are they pretty much no?
No.
Just sure. Okay.
Yeah, just they were general workers and they got nothing.
What? They didn't get paid this week? Damn it.
I mean, they don't need weapons. They have their claws and their automatons. Yeah, they got nothing.
Right. Sound like a plan.
All right, guys.
Have a good night.
Yep. Have a great night, everybody.
Yep.
And we'll catch you guys again next week for Abomination Vaults.
Yes, indeed, we will.
Thanks, Jimmy. Glad you're
All right.
feeling a little better.
Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better.
A little bit, but man, I want this to be over so bad.
Yep,
I
I
bet.
believe it.
What
I
happened?
bet.
Kidney stones.
Oh, I've been getting those since I was 16. I had them really bad recently. I saw green and puked, and then I drove myself to the hospital and got stints put in my guts. It was horrible.
Yeah, I've got that right now because of infections. So
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got stents? Oh, man.
yeah, yeah. Well, if your procedures and anything look like mine, you're looking forward to a guy rubbing a little lidocaine on the end of your wiener and then just going after him.
yep, April 21st.
Oh, that's horrible.
I
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about that. But
No.
anyway.
It's
At-
unpleasant.
At least I'm pretty sure it's a female doctor. I mean, we'll take what we can get.
I've already had a microscope inserted in the tip of my penis to check my prostate, and I never want to do that again. So it was horrible. Yeah, urologists suck. But anyway,
Well, if they're sucking after they put the microscope in there, I'm not sure you went to a urologist.
okay, Tim. You obviously that wasn't a big enough stone.
If my sense of humor ever goes away, then it's too big of a stone. All right, guys, have a great
Don't
night.
piss it away. Yeah,
I'll catch you guys again soon. Good night, all.
it's getting late. Talk to y'all later.
All right, everybody, and that is going to do it for me this evening as well. I do plan to be back again tomorrow for Stompy Mech Night, and we'll see you guys all then. Have a great night, everybody.